everyone. So today I wanted to step in and talk about how I handle my migraines. I'm filming with the window because the lighting is terrible today. Actually, the lighting in general is terrible. I need to buy lights. That aside. In case you didn't read the title, caffeine, or coffee, they're not the same thing, but you get the idea, can give you important information about migraines. Yours or somebody else's. It's better for somebody to do their own research, because otherwise they're just going to look at you and roll their eyes, kind of understandably. People usually come in with a lot of advice, and a lot of it's not helpful. Now, I was diagnosed with migraines by the time I was age 6, as well as tension headaches. I've also had 2 cluster headaches in my 30 plus years of life. I would say cluster headaches are the worst. It feels like somebody took a length of rebar, made one end pointy but not sharp, and then made it red hot, and they just sort of let the weight of the rebar go through your eyeball very, very slowly into your brain. It sucks. I would rather have a migraine. But over the years, I've had to figure out how to manage these. Now, I have a very, very, very high pain tolerance. Like, I can function with a tension or migraine headache if I have to. I don't want to, but I can if I have to. And what I've learned is about how, like, there's a bunch of different things about migraine aura and serotonin and whatnot in the brain. We're not covering that. We're covering the pain portion of the headache itself. For those who don't know, a migraine is very specifically a one-sided headache of very high intensity. Sometimes you can have a one-sided headache that isn't technically in the migraine category if you've got like jaw tension or neck tension, something's out, which it still sucks. It doesn't have quite the same level of intensity or the chronic nature of it. If you don't normally get them, go see the doctor, dentist, whatever need to find out what's going on that side of your head, jaw, and neck. Could be something's out and you just haven't realized it, you just woke up in pain. That would suck. But if you have it confirmed you've got migraines and whatnot, then you've probably already learned about triggers, things that will set off migraines. In terms of dietary ones, coffee, or caffeine in general, so that can be caffeinated pop and all these other things, can be a trigger for some but not all. And whether or not it's a trigger for you can actually provide some very important information about how to manage your migraines. The reason being is because coffee, I'm going to talk about coffee specifically because I don't drink pop and such, is what's called a vasodilator. It opens up your blood vessels. So if coffee, caffeine, etc. is a trigger, then that tells you vasodilation is triggering the pain portion of a migraine. That means you can do things that cause vasoconstriction without harming yourself, whether it's herbs or applying a cold compress, things like this, to help reduce the pain portion. So you don't have to use as many pain medications, or if you don't have access to them, you can reduce it and reduce the duration. If it is not a trigger for your migraines, it may help reduce the frequency and severity, such as in my case, because this tells you that what's causing pain is vasoconstriction, which is when the blood vessels go from open to shut, and that's what causes mine. Vasoconstriction is what triggers the pain for me. Coffee, being a vasodilator, helps reduce the frequency and severity of migraines when they occur. I only have 1 or 2 migraines most of the time per month, right before my cycle starts. Kind of to be expected with the hormones going up and down and doing their thing. And most of the time they will only last a few hours. That's entirely easy to deal with compared to the chronic migraines I had when I was 6. I do keep painkillers in the house, but a large bottle of acetaminophen plus ibuprofen, I put them together because ibuprofen is an anti-inflammatory, not specifically a painkiller. pain is reduced because you've reduced the inflammation. Acetaminophen is actually a painkiller, but it won't reduce inflammation. So I keep them for tension headaches to help reduce inflammation in the muscles and whatnot, and for other things when I need it. But they will last a very, very long time, and I almost never use them for a migraine. They wouldn't do as much as I would like for a migraine anyways. So yeah, that's part of how I've managed my migraines and how coffee can give you useful information. Now, if you're sensitive to caffeine, but not for your headaches, a possible other option where like caffeine will help you, but coffee does not because it does other things to your system, or just the caffeine content is too high for you. Green tea could be worth researching for you because it is also a vasodilator. It does have caffeine content, but not even close to the same amount that coffee does. So, if you know caffeine is not triggering, you need vasodilation to reduce frequency and intensity, then, but you can't drink coffee, whatever, then green tea is worth researching. So hopefully if you suffer from migraines regularly or just occasionally, you find this helpful. Let me know down in the comments what you do for your own headaches. And until next time, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.